Hey, what's up, peeps? Spencer Smoot here. This is part two of the Inside Star Citizen Weapon of Choice. Part one we covered. It should be linked or somewhere. Look for it. Description probably. Um, and yeah, it's super cool. Like seeing the progression of the weapons, right? Of like, you know, one starting off a noob, multi tool, then you go down each one of them. It's super cool to see. This is, I don't know what this is gonna be, but this is part two, and we'll see. Yeah.
But up next, asteroids.
Oh.
Friendly space potato or rocky, dangerous adversary? The Planet Content team has created a new pipeline for better looking and more varied asteroids, and they're coming your way in the upcoming Alpha 313.
Cool.
Rocks are boring, but you still need them for the big picture, and if they don't look good, then the big picture will suffer from it. I do have a knack for finding solutions to problems, not necessarily only the ones that are very difficult to find, but also for things that are just like inconvenient. The main reason why we needed new asteroids was that the old ones were using and relying on old tech. Based on that, we wanted to update the process and the assets. As the Star Citizen universe keeps on expanding, there is a need for more variety for asteroids, and that's why we built that new pipeline to allow us to iterate and create more variation much more quickly than before.
Like, how many asteroids will you ever be around versus like planets, right? It's cool. They're putting the energy into where they need to be. I mean, yeah, ish. Well, not I would say ish. Like from my what I see. And yeah, super cool that they look at this stuff and they're super detail oriented. That's what's frustrating but awesome about Star Citizen is like how detailed they are. Like they going back and going to do asteroids, which like okay, cool, like awesome, right? So it's cool because it's like that's going to be a lot of the adventure in space, right? Like we talk about the planets all day, but like we're not going to be. It's a space game, so you're going to be in space hopefully more than you're on a planet. No, depending on how you want to play, but yeah.
And with a better quality as well. For that new asteroid workflow, we've moved it all into Houdini, so we generate the high poly version of the asteroid in Houdini, which then gets broken down into a lower resolution version, which gets its unwrap, so you can actually map a texture to it. Then we generate the masks in Houdini as well for our shader in the engine. Then we bake all the information from the high poly onto the low poly, export it out to the engine, and then we set it up there with the shader in the engine, with the tiling textures and the colors and all that stuff.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't just decide to do like a procedural, right? But yeah, interesting.
With the new process, the final resulting asteroids become more consistent within the set of asteroids. So you get like a more consistent texel density and detail. It also uses the new organic shader, which has displacement and tessellation, compared to POM, and just the overall quality of the visuals will be improved. We are building a space game after all, so I think asteroids are a vital part of that. Getting that experience that you always had when you watched those Star Wars movies as a kid, where they were hiding behind an asteroid and then someone came by and then you could ambush them and then play hide and seek around the asteroids. And with the new asteroids, there are a lot more nooks and crannies, if you will, where the player can hide. Those are the asteroids that are coming to the Lagrange points in 313, and they might seem like a small thing, but this is Star Citizen, and the details matter.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that new...
So that's going to be part two. Pretty short one. I think it was only a few minutes, but asteroids are cool. I'm surprised they didn't do procedural. Maybe later. because it just seems like if they have to do every asteroid in the game, right? They'll probably make thousands of asteroids, but like it's just interesting. It's an interesting thing, and I will claim that I don't know what I'm talking about too. So, like if I were in that area, I would say, or in charge, I would say procedural. Kind of like, from my understanding, what the planets are, right? In a way, they're procedurally kind of created, but then modified. That's what I was kind of thinking about. Yeah. So anyway, so asteroids cool. It's something that is in space. So, and like I said, you'd probably be around space asteroids. Be around asteroids more. You'd be around planets. So cool. Thanks for watching. And if you're looking for part 1, it's gonna be somewhere, like either, I don't know. Anyway, and have a good day, and talk to you later. Bye.